and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the New York Jets.
In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4.
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone, and the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Goff now looking to throw.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. Down inside the 40. The Jets had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
Rolling to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You talk about this Lions defense, and they're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
A 53-yard attempt.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner. because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Across midfield. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Second and 10. On second down, a run with Hall.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
And Wilson in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will make it 6-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's Raymond bringing it out.
And bulldozing his way through.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Another run for Gibbs here.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here is 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
4th down to give to Gibbs.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. 6-0 our score after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
Trying the left side with Gibbs.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy in front when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. Just a gain of a couple there, and that's going to bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
A give running right is Hall. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 40-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And a throw right sideline is complete. And the Jets are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up first and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Going right back to Wilson. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
That's good for a gain of 6, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Two-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Wilson. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Wilson on 1st down.
The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing again here, Wilson.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there is no way that ball was going to be caught.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's the Jets punter now. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Forecast
Just calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Off to Wilson it goes on the end around. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing is Wilson. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now it's Wilson. Jets. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point try now from Dicker. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On the end around, here comes Williams. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And look at this, it's a fake. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. The slot man in motion right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
In motion left is Wilson. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Jets.
Garrett Wilson,
His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
and the Jets take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of... He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall.
So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They think they've got him.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Bryce Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Cross pass finds Williams, complete.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Back to throw, Goff. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Quentin Williams never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, 57 yards. And the Lions get a bit closer. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And they'll accept that penalty. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They won more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Wilson. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play. But the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit, too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
To throw is Wilson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he will lose
lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now it's gone. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th.
They're going right back to Hamler.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Patterson now for the extra point.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
And that flag accepted.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it.
Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
Right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
On the counter, it's Hall.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Open man here is Conklin. And he gets it all the way down inside the the 5. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now they send a man in motion right.
And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. What a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 6-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On third and goal, Wilson. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
They're on the 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
St. Brown in motion right. On second down, here's Gibbs.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
45 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, still on his feet.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
After the interception, here's Wilson.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Here's Wilson to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, this from 48. And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD, second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
First down, Detroit.
Off play action. Here's Goff.
This pass caught by Hamler.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
And with this game well in hand, and now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
It's now second and 10.
Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams
with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And now the Jets are going to get this one, and that might be all she wrote. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
Oh, he's going to go for it all.
knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. One last throw here for Goff.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but execute.
On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty. Never leave the house without the pack. Wear my